Today's lesson is taught by Goth boy Perich, who hates everything except for Swedish death metal, black sharpies, and watching guy liner tutorials on YouTube. I'm sorry for what you're about to witness. Enjoy the show.
Is it on? Okay, well, it says recording, so if I were you, I'd open up your calculator. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions on the polls we're going to do. I'm going to use my flip phone to help me do some math. My parents won't buy me an iPhone. They say it's not fiscally... Did my nose piercing fall off again? Yep. Oh boy. Where'd it go? Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, no, found it. Here, let me quick jam it back in my nose. Perfect. Now, find the volume of a cone. There's the equation right there. What I'll actually do to start this out is I'll give you a poll right now. I'll put a poll up where you guys can put what you think the answers are in. I'll let you try it on your own. There's the equation right there. Use your phone, use the calculator, use whatever makes you happy. Set a timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes and counting.
I mean, nothing makes me happy anymore, but I'm going to just mute myself and... You have 1 minute. The poll is ready for those of you who want to put the answer in. Go right ahead. I'll start writing things down. Of course, when I write, I only use black. One-third times pi times 2 squared times 3.
The answer is approximately 12.5664.
So that's a cone. The class before you did a cylinder. Today we're going to talk about spheres. Okay. I will be able to find the volume of a sphere. There are taller water towers. It's a water sphere. Okay. I get it. But I'm sure you guys think it's funny. I'm sure you guys who watch MTV and Bravo and other stuff, YouTubers, I'm sure you think that's so funny. Spheres. A sphere is a circular solid with no base. The definition of a sphere is you take a dot, you put a line called a radius, and you spin that line around the dot infinitely, and it creates a sphere. Okay, that's a sphere. You don't see height. There's no height in a sphere. We don't need height. All we need is radius. So the important measurements in a, oh, good job, Mr. Perich, my cousin. This is supposed to say sphere. The important measures in a sphere is radius. That's it. If it gives you the diameter, then you divide it by 2. Done. Easy. Really, it's easy. Really, really, it's easy. Questions? You ready for the formula? The formula is even easier. The volume of a sphere is V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Pi r to the third power. That's it. That's it. So let's quick try a problem. You ready? Any questions? All right. I'm going to make sure you guys are paying attention. Mr. Perich told me to play this video for people who may not be paying attention. So I'm going to he taught me how to do this. I'm going to paste this video on everybody's screen. So even if you are paying attention, I'd apologize, but I honestly don't even care. All right. Give it a minute. Okay. The next problem. Find the volume. V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. That's my volume. 6 is my r. So I'm going to plug in volume is equal to 4/3 pi 8 cubed. Let me remind you how to do it on a calculator. Four divided by 3 parentheses. Times. The pi button is second pi. Parentheses. 8. Close parentheses. Where's the cube button? 2 ways that you could do the cube button. You could do this little caret thing and do 3, or you can go to math and hit 3. Either way, it gives us the cube button. Enter. V equals 214.4.660. So I'll stop right there. Meters cubed. You could also use Siri. 4/3 times pi times 8 cubed.
The answer is approximately 2144.66.
Questions? Okay. Good work. Is that the radius or the diameter? Somebody type it out. Is that 11.9 the radius or the diameter? You tell me. Radius or diameter? Wow, we're being very quiet today. Maybe I should paste another video on everybody's screen to wake you up. Too late. Okay, I just did it. This is the diameter because it covers the entire sphere. That's the diameter because it covers the entire sphere. So what I need is the radius. 11.9 divided by 2.
The answer is 5.95.
Cool. So let's write out the formula. V equals 4/3 pi times 5.95 cubed. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to find it out and put your answer in the poll. I'll have a poll ready. Set a timer for 2 minutes.
Your timer is set for 2 minutes.
Okay, the poll is ready. You guys have 1 minute. Type that in. Let's type it out. 4/3 times pi 5.95 math 3 cubes things. Oops. 882.347. Yeah. All right. I want you guys to do this start to finish. Set a timer for 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes and counting.
When you're done, type your answer into the chat. And then hit send when you're ready to send it. When the timer goes off, hit send. Type your answer in the chat. Timer should go off in a second. Timer should go off in 10 seconds, actually. Type your answer in the chat and be ready to hit enter. Marlene is giving me an answer. Josh is giving me an answer. Just 2 of you, huh? Well, let me see. 4/3 pi 5 cubed.
I found this on the web.
4/3 times pi times 5 cubed. 4/3 times pi times 5 cubed.
The answer is approximately 523.599.
You guys are fine by saying 598. What's the difference? Big whoop. What is this? Centimeters? Centimeters cubed. Okay. Huh. Now that's not a sphere. That's called a semisphere. It's a half a sphere. So I have an idea. Why don't I just take the regular old formula, right? And if it's half of that, Why don't I just multiply the whole thing by a half? Seems to make sense to me. V equals 4/3 pi 6 to the third times a half. Four-thirds times 4/3 times pi times 6 times 6 times 6 times a half.
That would be about 452.3893.
Pretty easy, right? All you have to do is just use the regular old formula, multiply it by half. Don't overthink it. Now, we're working backwards. We're working backwards here. So this is going to be kind of complicated. So bear with me. I know you've done problems like this a couple times before with Mr. Perich, but you haven't done a ton. So we're still going to do everything that I did. So what I did is I wrote out the formulas for everything, and then I plug in what I knew. So it's talking about volume. It's talking about spheres. Let's write out the formula for the volume of a sphere. That's supposed to say 4/3. Let me erase it. So stupid. Four-thirds pi r to the third. What don't I know? I don't know r. What do I know? I know v. So I'm going to call u v, and I'm going to plug that in. 288 pi equals 4/3 pi r cubed. All right. Here's a fun little fact, a fun little tidbit, a fun little factoid for you. If I have pi on the left, which I do, and if I have pi on the right, I'm allowed to cross it out. Okay, so that gives me 288 equals 4/3 r cubed. Is r all by itself? No, I have 4/3 in the way. Instead of dividing a fraction, though, because normally I divide both sides by a number, but instead of dividing a fraction, I'm going to multiply the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3/4. Multiply both sides by 3/4. So let's find out what 3 divided by 4 times 288 is. 216. $216 equals r cubed. This is something that we haven't done a whole lot of. This is something that your math teacher, Mr. Perich, hasn't done a whole lot of. I, of course, wouldn't have done it with you at all because I am not your teacher. Mr. Perich is your teacher, not me. I am his cousin. Let's get that clear. Is r all by itself? No. What's in the way? A cube. How do I get rid of the cube? Cube root both sides. Cube root both sides. That crosses out. Now, the way we do cube roots on our calculator, once again, is math 4, and that gives me the little cube root button. 216, enter gives me 6. So R equals 6 inches. Let's do it again. Now our answer here is going to be pretty ugly. It's like me. I'm going to take my formula. V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. What do I know? Well, I don't know r. I know that the volume is just 14. So I'm going to write out 14. Now there's no pi to cross out, so this is what I'm going to do. 4/3 pi are two numbers next to each other. I'm going to multiply them together. What's 4/3 pi?
The answer is about 4.1887.
4.1887 and 14 equals 4.1887 r cubed. Shut up, Dad. Sorry, my dad was getting on my case. I'm going to divide both sides by 4.1887. (14) divided by 4.1887.
It's about 3.3423.
Who remembers what it's called when I take the square root of both? I almost said it. When I have it cubed and I undo a cube. Who remembers what it's called? Well, we're all silent today. Silent as a graveyard. One of my favorite places to hang out. Well, I'm looking at everybody's screens, and only one person's in the chat, and it's Daniel. And I hope Daniel's typing out the phrase cube root, Daniel. Type it out, Daniel. Cube root. Type it out, Daniel. Cube root. I'm watching you, Daniel. Cube root. Back at it again, was not paying attention. Did he do it? Nope. Well, it's called a cube root. So if I cube root both sides, cube root of 3.33423.
The cube root of 3.33423 is 1.49394.
My niece is outside the man cave door. Hello? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I'll tell you one thing. My cousin has... Wait, no, they wouldn't be my niece and nephew. What would they be? He's my cousin. Cousins twice removed? I don't know. She's outside the door. She walked away. The globe of the moon has a radius of 13 centimeters. Find the volume of a globe. You guys, if I write out the formula, I'd like to think that you should be able to do this. So once again, because I'm not sure who's paying attention here, it doesn't seem like there's a lot today. I'm going to open up the annoying video that I always open up for people who aren't paying attention in everyone's screen and see who's with me, just to make sure. All right, Alex is with me. Eileen is with me. Giselle is with me. Arlene is with me. Alyssa is with me. Eva is with. So most of you are with me. So do me a favor. Take the computer or take this problem and plug in 13 for R. That's it. I want to see who's paying attention. I want to see who's trying. 13 for R. And then type your answer in. Are you taking a picture of me, Jordan? I swear, if another person takes a picture of me and posts it on their Facebook or Instagram and has like hashtag loser or something like that, I'm going to lose my mind. Happens every day. I want you to type your answer, please, into the chat. Even use Siri to say 4/3 times pi times 13 cubed. Four-thirds times pi times 13 cubed.
The answer is approximately 9,202.77.
Centimeters cubed. If you were to measure top to bottom of the sphere below, how tall will it be? Well, if this is 2, then that's 2, and that's 2, which makes 2 plus 2 equal 4. I'll turn off the recording now.